The last 12 months have seen many beauty and wellness leaders rebuild their business seamlessly overnight to meet client expectations to drive growth despite the immense challenges our industry has faced. Rebuilding and adapting have been driving forces for the salon and spa and have seen continued success, which is why I'm super excited for today's coffee talk with a very special guest. Joining us today is the Artistic Director of Color at John Paul Mitchell Systems and Owner and Stylist of Salon Caru in Hoboken, New Jersey. He's also a longtime Millennium and Meevo 2 user. Of course, I'm talking about the one and only Colin Caruso.
Try to catch me howling at the
All right, Colin, we are so excited to have you on today's episode. How have you been?
I've been great, living the dream, keeping our salon roaring, trying to make the best of a situation and looking forward to when everyone's vaccinated and ready to come back into the salon full speed. So doing well.
Awesome. So before we hear from Colin, make sure to go ahead, hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you guys are never without a new episode of Coffee Talk. Ready to get started, Colin?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So the idea of rebuilding has been the theme we've kind of mentioned before, especially with the existing salons. So what are some of the strategies that leaders can use to rebuild and reimagine their business as they adapt to the current market?
Well, I think it's really important for a lot of us to realize, especially if you've been in this business a while, it is time to rebuild. I know myself included, you've worked all these lot of hard years here to make sure you have a beautiful, vibrant business. And unfortunately, COVID kind of wiped that away. And the analogy I give my staff is, it's like having a beautiful oceanfront home and all of a sudden this storm comes in and wipes that home away. A lot of us would be continuously talking about how beautiful our home was, how long it took us to build, how we put our blood, sweat, and tears into it. But unfortunately, it's gone. So you have two choices. You can focus on what you had and talk about how great it was, or you can focus on learning from the storm and rebuilding. The good news is, even if you had that beautiful home right in the waterfront and it took you 15, 20 years to build, whatever it took, the good news is you're going to be able to rebuild it quicker. As you were building that house, you kind of had to build it as time went on, accruing money throughout. Now you're going to have the tools, the assets, the ability to rebuild quicker, faster, stronger, better. And that's what it's all about. So it's not about worrying about where is this client? Where is that client? Or I used to have all these people. It's about now focusing on rebranding yourself, rebuilding yourself, and working towards being a better hairstylist than you were prior. And I think we all have the tools to do that. But sometimes it's that mindset, that ability to know that you are rebuilding. Even if you are a well-established, well-run business, we are all rebuilding right now.
That's awesome. And I love how you mentioned that it's all about a mindset, because it's one thing that, there has been so much education available to our clients, but also turning the mindset of coming out of this fog and now coming back to kind of the new reality. I love all those bits and gems that you just shared with us. Awesome. So acquiring new clients has always been important to salons and spas, but why is this even more critical today for the future growth and success?
Well, that's the number one thing I'm looking at. It's that new guest ratio. Again, we are all not worried about what was, we're worried about what's next. And the world is rapidly changing around us. Even through COVID, I think it's funny. A lot of people are saying we're in the new normal, the future. COVID just accelerated situations. So as we start to look at where we're at right now, guests are spending more time in the salon. It's all about that luxury service. We're all working under certain limitations which aren't allowing us to have as many guests as normal. But I'm here to tell you guys that all that will rapidly change quickly. The analogy I'm looking at is look at what the cell phone did to people. I remember at my dad on the weekends, he would be off of work. He would be able to be at our soccer games. No one would be able to contact him. Now you look at what the cell phone's done, texting. We are available 24/7. And now look at what's happening through COVID with everyone working from home. So the way I'm starting to see things is, yes, people are spending in time and they're relaxing. They're all about that service. They're welcoming back into the business. But that's going to rapidly change, in my opinion, quite quickly, where guests are going to be looking for faster, more quicker service because they're going to be in between Zoom meetings. And I'm really starting to look at things like time is going to be very valuable to people. They're going to be in and out of the salon which means we're gonna be able to look at having more guests. And there's only really two things you guys can do to increase your profit margins. That's either lower costs, which is hard to do right now, or increase guest count. So for me, I'm focusing on increasing the guest count. We've already really lowered the costs as much as we could through COVID. I think we all learned that lesson, but increasing the guest count is really important. So new guests equal new opportunities. A lot of salons, unfortunately, aren't going to make it through the COVID or haven't made it. That's not anything I wish on anyone, but that does tell me that there are a lot of more guests looking for homes. There's a lot more stylists looking for homes. The trends right now has been everyone kind of going into their own business, operating their own suite salons. I do think that's going to continue to move forward, but I also do believe that a lot of salons are going to be looking for a home. A lot of stylists are going to be looking for a home. They're going to be looking for a place to hang their hat, work with bigger teams. All these things are constantly changing. So it's a good idea to have your hand on the pulse and to understand what's going on technologically, what's going on economically, what's going on socially. Use all your past experiences as a hairdresser and start to look at those three avenues and how we can start to change the way we operate our businesses. What's coming next is really important, and I believe having a big volume of guests never hurt anybody. It's only going to help you. So really get focused on really getting your name out there, growing yourselves, and new guests equal new opportunities. It's all about what's next, and that's where my head has been at over the past 6 months, really trying to grow our customer count and let people know, hey, we've been in town 15 years, but we might be new to you. People are moving, they're migrating, everyone's changing. So get out there and get new guests. There are other opportunities that you guys want, and that's how you're going to be able to increase success at your salon at any level, no matter what type of salon you run or operate.
I actually really love that, because one of the things here that we do at Meevo too is that we actually talk to a lot of different growth indicators. That's what Millennium was founded on. And one of them you actually really touched on, and that's new clients per month is what we refer to it. And that's really affected by marketing. So I love how you're saying that it's not only going to be about, potentially lowering prices, even though we know that that's hard now, but it's really engaging and making sure that we have people coming in from the community, making sure that we are able to get our name out there so that we can increase that number. So I'm all about that. Definitely a smart way to put that in with all the different KPIs and growth indicators. So I'm about it.
Yeah, and it's an easy one to do. I mean, it's one that anyone can do. You don't have to be a business whiz. You really have to focus on marketing. You have to leverage yourself digitally. And there's a lot of different ways. I know we'll probably get into that later, but it's a fun way, and it's really, without customers, without guests, we can't even do our art, let alone run our business. So it's an important thing.
One thing that I will mention, and I'm sure you know about it because you have been with us for some time now, right? We actually just introduced something inside of the software, which I'm sure you're taking advantage of, which is our Meevo 2 marketing, which actually has an online presence management. So that's something that clients and viewers today can actually ensure that their online presence is accurate when obviously we're talking about new clients coming in. So I'm excited for us to get to the next question. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What are some successful new strategies or ideas you've implemented at your salon that our viewers can use in their business?
Well, it's really simple. I mean, in the word that you guys are going to hear more and more is the word hybrid. We want to leverage the technology. We want to leverage the systems that we have within our business, right? So number one, what do we have in Meevo that can really help us grow and connect digitally? Again, the marketing tools and assets you guys have are amazing. You can type them in, put them in autopilot. They're working for you 24/7. And that's an amazing opportunity. Even filling time slots that aren't necessarily booked. I mean, leverage technology. That's what you want to do, number one. Number two, though, you guys also want to go back to, being a great communicator, meeting people. If you have a great server, if you're out to eat, don't be afraid to leave a note, saying, hey, you gave us such great service. We'd love to return the favor. Please come to Caru and get your hair done. It's part leveraging all those digital assets that we have. And it's also the ability to go up to a stranger and say, you look great. Your hair looks great. I'd love to work on you. That's something that, I've done being in the industry longer. That's how I built my career. I had to learn how to leverage the digital assets. But when the script is flipped and you look at a lot of the younger stylists, a lot of the younger business owners, they're relying only on digital. They don't have the ability necessarily or the need or see the ability to walk up to somebody and recruit them. So it is a hybrid situation. Leverage the digital, leverage your social media. Obviously, connect. That's something we do at Caru as well, which sounds ridiculous, but follow local hashtags. The simplest way to put it through social media, a like is like a high five. A comment is like dropping a business card. And when you guys actually DM someone, that's like a personal invite. Leverage those things, follow. I mean, everybody wants to be Instagram famous. They want to be, they're connecting with all these major brands, which is amazing. I work for one, continue to do that. But also be the local superstar, the local hero in your neighborhood. Connect with other businesses. COVID didn't just happen to you, didn't just happen to your business. It happened to everyone. Something we were saying earlier in the pandemic was, something I realized is we all aren't in the same boat. We're in the same ocean. We all have different vessels. But what's really amazing is every business is going through this. So connect with other local businesses. They're going to want to look to build and rebuild as well. So leverage those things. Again, it's part digital, part physical, become a hybrid and really work locally in your community. Put that, becoming an influencer on the shelf for a little bit and start to really look at, hey, what type of hairstylist do I want to be? What type of artist do I want to be? How can I get my work out there? And what type of clients do I want and hang out in those situations, in those places, be it physical or digital?
That's awesome. I absolutely love all those ideas. And I like the part where you said, obviously using the term hybrid, but I especially love the part where you mentioned reach out to other businesses, right? People that are surrounded by you, because again, like we're so focused on what's happening to us, we're forgetting that this is impacting other people as well. So I think that that's amazing. Absolutely great advice.
Yeah, one of the things that worked the best for us was just celebrating all the businesses we love in town on our Instagram. And that was the simplest thing because it's something we wanted to do. We wanted to let people know, hey, we trust and value these businesses. And then what was amazing was how that made those businesses feel. And then of course they reached out, they shared our posts. It's all about networking. It's all about connecting. And it's something that we can all do we all do really well. I mean, hairdressers are the best communicators out there. Just make sure you're leveraging both the digital and the physical.
That's awesome. Well, Colin, it was so awesome to have you here. Thank you so much for joining and sharing such great insight and ideas with our viewers. Hopefully we get to see you again, but I'm looking forward to seeing you again real soon.
Absolutely. I love spending time with you guys, and thank you for making such an amazing product that makes us all better business people, keeps us organized. Those are the things that hairstylists need. We're good on the creativity side, but we definitely need help on everything that Millennium has brought to the table. So thank you guys for being such an amazing partner over the past 15 plus years that I've been in business.
Well, I'm sure I'm not going to speak for everybody, but we're super happy to help you guys out and service you guys without a doubt. So we are super happy that you are a part of the Millennium and Meevo 2 family for sure. So as always, guys, do not forget to like this video if you enjoyed today's episode and subscribe to our channel so you guys are never without a future coffee talk or the latest updates from MSI. We'll see you next time on Coffee Talk. Bye, guys.